What's up, you guys? It's Dublin. Welcome to another day of Vonica. How are you dream doing mamas out there who are still striving even in the face of adversity? Because this society wants you to give up on your dreams and tells you that no, it's not possible to be a mom and be productive and actually accomplish stuff at the same time. You're gonna have to sacrifice everything. You're gonna have to lose your mind, lose your kids, and lose your husband at the same time. Let me stop. It's not that extreme, but y'all know what I'm saying. Cause like for you to be productive and to get stuff done, this society does not create ways that make stuff easier without you having to sacrifice and put your kids through stuff that you might not want to do. So are you supposed to choose? I feel like there should be a better solution. It shouldn't be that moms have to be forced to do one or the other. I feel like there should be more ways, maybe more daycares that are actually cost efficient or have actually certified teachers and daycare administrators instead of these random people who are putting other people's kids through crazy stuff and y'all saw that video when they were putting these little sleep stickers on the kids. You don't know if that kid has like medications that a kid might be taking, allergic reactions that a kid might have to that little sleep sticker. And you wonder why your kid having all types of crazy stuff going on there at home and you don't know that they're getting these stickers put on them. Or you see these videos of daycare workers hitting the kids, abusing the kids, or the kids are just sitting there watching TV or doing nothing all day. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. And then regardless, if you do find a good daycare, it's like more than your rent, more than your mortgage. So now moms have to be creative to try to figure out. So you're at the right place because I'm figuring it out and I'm being successful at it. So I hope I'm a good example for people. But anyway, sorry for the super long intro. Basically, today is the day that I do everything that I possibly can to get ready for Hanukkah. What are we doing today? So I'm gonna just go ahead and show y'all. Welcome to the kitchen, y'all. What in the world is up with this kitchen? This kitchen looks wild, okay? So first of all, we have a ton of stuff we have to prep. This was their breakfast. It's like everything's stacked up. So everything, we have to make a pound cake. Look at the time. The time is slightly fast, but it's more accurate than the one at my other house. The other house, that time was like impossible to ever set correctly. So I'm just showing everything. And then they gave us buku bell peppers that we didn't ask for. So I have to cut these all up before they go bad and freeze them. These two pots need to be cleaned out. One pot is going to have gumbo. Other pot is going to have spaghetti. So the gumbo is my special meal. When we get back from Walmart, I have to make a pizza. I have to make jambalaya mix. I have to make vegan ground beef. And this is the vegan cheese I made last week. This is the leftover, so that's melting. I should probably put this in a sink. So yeah, this is all that's gonna be in this video. Is pretty much just cooking. I will be picking up this area. This is like our homeschool area. It has a whole bunch of stuff over here, and knickknacks, earrings. Everyone needs to go on. So all this stuff needs to be picked up and put up. And then I'm just gonna like let y'all know I need to decorate. Some of the decorations are coming from Walmart. When I get the decorations, I'm gonna do it all at once and probably put in one big old video. So, but today we're going to be cooking. I'm not going to really be filming any cleaning. I do need to clean the bathroom, but this is the lentils I had made. I need to put this into something and then get this pot. This has juice, sweet pea juice. I don't know if y'all want to see that. I don't feel like lifting this, but it has sweet pea juice. I need to drain that and clean it out. This is our pot for putting everything in soaking. So let's go ahead and get started. So yeah, Like I was saying, I feel like this society. Ooh, what? Hold up now. My string beans are bad? Yo, I looked at these yesterday. They didn't even look like this unless I was half awake. It does say December 11th. Are you serious? Yeah, these are bad. Man. So string beans are bad. That's insane. Very unexpected. I did not order any string beans. I am already over budget because I decided to get my friends some presents. Because later on today, we're supposed to be decorating cookies. So I wanted to get them presents because, I don't know, I just want to boost the mood. I want people to be happy. Everybody be happy, enjoy themselves. Sometimes it's the thought that counts, just get them something. Help them to feel a little bit better, Maybe I should. I'm trying to be better at, I don't know what we're gonna try first. I might not type up all these right now. I'm trying to investigate. But I'm just, y'all may or may not be able to really hear me, and it is what it is. I would love to get one of those little mic things that I could put on my shirt so that y'all can hear me, because I do have a low voice. I'm not a loud talker unless I have to. Okay? I don't like talking loud. My ears are very sensitive, so everything already sounds loud. And then this bell pepper is finished. Go in the trash. This is why I'm like, why y'all give me so many bell peppers? Here's my refund, because they didn't give me what I wanted. They gave me like buku bell peppers. I could cut this one. But yeah, they didn't give me a ton of bell peppers. I did not order a ton of bell peppers. And I did the target delivery. So I have a ton of bell peppers that I gotta cut up. Which I did not ask for. I did not ask for it. But yeah, I do have a low voice. I don't like talking loud. Everything sounds loud to me all the time, all day long. So I don't talk loud. Where's the carrots? Am I tripping? Oh. Where are these carrots, man? I like to draw everything inside this pot as much as I can fit. And then I grab everything from the bottom to the top. So I need like 2 carrots. It's like everything that's cooking at the bottom gets out first, and then the stuff at the top like slowly moves down. And that's just how I do it. So that I don't have to constantly remind myself, oh, you need to clean this. I can just grab and get to chopping all the vegetables at a time, instead of having to constantly remember, oh, you need to do this and that. Like, whenever I have to constantly remember stuff like that, it's just really, really hard for me to get stuff done. Oh my God, hold on. Even though I woke up at like 6:30, it's just like, I don't know. If you are a mom who tries to wake up early and it just feels like it's a fail every time, I totally understand. Because every time I try to wake up early, which I inevitably do, I still wake up early. But it's like, if I wake up early, the consequence is that my kids are going to be off. Or my son is just going to want to breastfeed the entire time and not go back to sleep. So it's like I either wake up and lay there and not do nothing, or I just get up with them. But it's like every time I get up with the kids, I'm just telling y'all real life of how it is trying to still strive. I'm still striving, but it is a big huge destroyer of motivation. Like if you want to accomplish your goals, I'm just gonna let you know that you better establish your goals clearly prior to having kids, because when you have kids, it's gonna suck the life out of you. Like there's nothing really gives me that much joy as what I used to. I'm just being honest. Like nothing really feels worth it. I know it's worth it because I've established it to be worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's worth it because I have a history of it being worth it. Like, I know it's worth it, but I don't feel like it's worth it. Not only that, when you have kids, like your perspective of everything is very different. And like when you have kids and you go through that like postpartum period, the long nights, the stuff like that, and you try to work from home. Like if you try to work from home and you're, I don't know, in school, or if you try to do really anything while you have kids, you're just not gonna feel really motivated because it's very, very hard. It's very, very hard. Like I'm with my kids all day, 24/7. I have no breaks from my kids ever. And I have to navigate that exhaustion very peculiarly and have to be very routine with everything I do. Very, very routine. I have a very big, strict schedule. Well, it's not super strict. It's as strict as it can be. Why do I use this much to try to put this in here? I don't know why I even grabbed this. So yeah, I am on a routine, or I have a list of things that I know I need to get done by a certain time of the day, because not all the time are you going to be able to get everything done at the scheduled time you would prefer. But I try to stick to it as much as possible. But like I was saying, I got it at 6 today, or 6:30. I try to wake up at 4, but because it's Hanukkah, I'm not waking up early like that this week. I'm trying to rest. I'm also done with school for right now, so it's not like I have to get up at 6 to really do, not 6 to get up at 4 to try to get a head start on my homework. But like, yeah, I wake up early, and when my kids get up with me, it's like my energy is zapped, because now I have to put another dose of energy and focus into my children. So I just want people to be mindful of these things. Like if you still want to do anything other than just being a mom, this is what's required of you. Okay, so I've wiped it off, cleared off my area so that I can put the pots now. This pot, this is gonna be the gumbo, right? Yeah, I'm not gonna do that one on that eye. This eye, I feel like is faster than the other eye. Everybody know what I'm talking about. Like some stoves, not all eyes heat up the way the same. I think I would put this. This is the sweet potato. I do need this though. Hold on. So anyway, if you guys understand what I'm talking about in regards to some of the responsibilities, or like some of the realities of being a mom, and then trying to, you want to be a mom, but you don't want to just be a mom. You want to be a successful mom. You want to be a good mom, an attentive mom. Okay, especially in those younger years, it's particularly complicated. But what's insane and kind of frustrating is that, let's say birth control. Okay, so let's say you want birth control. There's so many side effects to birth control. I don't think there's a non-side effect though. That's even a word, birth control. So it's like if you try to take birth control, it's like you're not even able to perform at your best. Even then, you're gonna be. Did y'all know that since it's changing your hormonal balance, that it inevitably affects the way that you think? Did you know that birth control could actually affect who and what you're attracted to because it's changing your hormones? So like people now, I need to actually find a study, but I know from antecedent and I don't know and antecedent from like personal experience of people who were with their partners prior to birth control. And I feel like I've read this somewhere as well. I've read so many studies, y'all. That's literally what I do all day is reading studies. So forgive me if I'm quoting it wrong. I could be getting confused with something else. But as much as I can remember is that so from what I can remember is that it changes your hormonal balance and it changes like who you're attracted to and the type of pheromones that you put out. So like people who are together prior to birth control and then you get your own birth control, it's like they lose their attraction to their partner and their partner might lose attraction to them as well because there's a pheromone change. And pheromones are like like a biological scent that everybody gives off, basically. That, of course, you can't smell, but it's almost like microscopic things. You know how something's microscopic, you can't see it. Well, something can be like microscopic to your nose in a sense, to where you can't just smell a pheromone, but it's there. It's there and it's being picked up by your receptors in your nose. So that can happen. And then not only that, there's side effects like fatigue. Some people get muscle aches. Basically, some people end up feeling like they're pregnant when they're on birth control, and some people end up, some people's periods start from birth controls. It's like hormonal and non-hormonal birth controls. You can get your tube snipped. Did you know that there's what the heck is that called? There's a thing. I don't know if I'm gonna add this in when I'm editing, depending on how much time I have. But there's a thing where people who get their tube snipped or tied, it's one or the other. There's like this set of symptoms that is not like medically confirmed, but many women talk about. It's some of the side effects, and I'm just like, basically what I'm trying to say is like, there's no like safe. Well, I guess it depends on your definition of safe. But it's like there's no birth control that you can take without feeling like crap, basically. Everybody, of course, is gonna feel the same. But it's like, and then some people, they get on birth control and they take it off, they end up having miscarriages. Did y'all know that? Did you know that? There's some people, when they get off of birth control, and you try to get pregnant, they end up having miscarriages. And I know, like, personally, and I don't know, it's like a friend of a friend, right? I heard of at least 5 stories like that. You see, that's crazy. For there to be that many women just in like my vicinity who have gotten off of birth control and end up having miscarriages. And I'm not over here trying to say don't take it or whatever. I'm just saying that I don't like that society makes it so complicated for women. Because it's like, I don't know if there's just a lack of like attention to the plights of women. So like, let's say for instance, you do want to get back into the workforce. How in the world are you supposed to do that? with a bunch of kids. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're able to afford a nanny. That's able to watch the kids at home or something. Y'all can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm just doing like the preliminary seasonings. You do not have to do what I'm doing. This is a very, I don't know. I don't think this is the best way to not optimal food. Like I definitely would rather soak like let the stuff melt before turning on the iron and stuff, but I just don't have time to do like the absolute perfect cooking. And then also I probably wouldn't add all of the all of the butters, everything all at once. I would just do it in portions while I'm cooking to kind of like let everything evenly distribute in the food. Y'all might be like, oh, she's using her hand. I don't know. Y'all gonna be really it's very unrealistic to think that somebody wouldn't use their hands when cooking for their family. But I think that's ridiculous. Because I've seen some videos like people really be in their house cooking for their family, not like you're doing catering or having events. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, you didn't wash your hands in between every single use. I do wash my hands really often. I'm one of those people who have to wash their hands like all the time because I don't like the feeling of it on my hands. So I might not film it. No, look at this pound cake mix. I'm so tired of them filling up these mixes to like half bag. When I was younger, they would like at least be like up here and they have like this much air. But now it's like half bag. So according to the instructions, we need a third cup of water, an egg, and 10 tablespoons of melted butter. 10 tablespoons? Lord have mercy. Are we gonna wait? Hold on. So you're gonna set the oven, coat the pad. Okay. So I'm gonna have to mix this in something separate. Hold on. Wait a minute. Y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like follow the instructions and then I don't follow the instructions at the same time. 10 tablespoons of butter is a lot. I don't have an exact tablespoon measurement, but that is a lot of butter. I'm just gonna let y'all know. And that is a lot of butter. So I'm just gonna do 3 big old scoops of this. Hold on. Yeah, I have to make sure I have enough. I'm about to buy some more. Oh my god, it's like all gloopity gloop. We're gonna heat this up. Right? I'm about to stir this back with the lima beans. Lord have mercy, that's a lot of butter. Y'all think that's a lot of butter? Am I tripping? Can y'all see that's a lot of butter? I don't want that much butter. So we're going to throw this in here and put it on boil and let that heat up. And then while I wait, I guess I'm gonna chop up some of these vegetables so I can kind of see what I'm doing. But yeah, like basically what I'm trying to say is that some people might say in response that, well, you just need a village. Like if you can't afford a nanny, if you can't afford daycare, if you can't get birth control, I don't know, like whatever excuse people come up with, because there's always some type of explanation other than just change the system or like just admit that the system is not made for women. But yeah, everybody got an excuse. I'm gonna just be honest, the village is dead in the black community. The black community is destroyed. That's my honest opinion. Grandmas are not the same, okay? The older grandmas, they're almost out of here. The new gen grandmas are still out here trying to live their life. A lot of them, okay? A lot of them out here trying to live their life. A lot of them don't have granddaddy that was your spouse or your parents, you know. It's like everyone's broken home. And it's like, who wants to put their kids around a person that has men going in and out the house or bouncing from man to man. So you got cases like that, or grandma's at the club, being a single person with the grandkids or with the mama of the kids, or grandma just ain't got sense. And nobody wants to put their kids around somebody who just ain't got sense. And grandma was neglectful of her kids. So why would you want to put your kids with their grandma? And then in a lot of cases, some of us move away from our so-called support system to get a better life because the area that you're in ain't good. So it's like a lot of us, especially Gen Z, millennials, it's either your parents are dysfunctional or you moved away to a better area. So a lot of us are establishing our own. We are trendsetters, especially when you're in the truth. That adds another layer. Do they believe the Bible? Are they following the commandments? You know what I'm saying? Like everybody believes so many different things and power to you. But it's like I want my kids to follow what I believe in. I want my kids, participating in doing certain things that I don't believe in. There's even the same cases with some schools. You have to be careful with schools nowadays because there's certain things that are not pertaining to the Bible. And if you pay attention to the news, they're being promoted in schools. And it's like goodness. And even then, you have to be mindful of the kids. Because some of the kids, like I'm saying, the people who didn't realize that their parents were dysfunctional, who didn't realize that grandmama and granddaddy were not doing the right things, they go ahead and erase kids. Like the new gen of parents are raising these gen alphas and gen betas. They're just out of control. They're out of control. Who wants to put their kids? Y'all probably can't hear everything I'm talking about, but it's alright. So this is the chopped vegetables. Oh Lord, it is juicy. Okay, I might put this with the lima bean, because I'm just going to pour that one in to get all the juice. This one I don't have to do that with. This is the bigger one. I do want for everybody in the house. There's 4 of us. This is what it looks like. And you can see the melted butter. I already put the sweet potato in the oven. As you can see, the oven's already on. Try to show you all. Try not to scrape the bottom. So anyway, I think that social media makes it seem like you gotta be really, really perfect when it comes to everything. I think you just need to be an effective communicator and have like a message to tell. Boy, do I have a message. My message is to tell women not to give up. Honestly, where there's a will, there's a way. Because if you give up, y'all, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna be super depressed. You're gonna be super depressed. It's like I'd rather fight trying to maintain my dreams. I'd rather fight trying to reach the stars and land on the moon. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will fight. I will continue to fight no matter the circumstance. I will figure out a way. I'll figure out better ways, helpful ways, and keep motivating y'all to keep going. But like, so what's my little message for the day? My message for the day is that if you can dream it, you can do it. That's what we're called dream day mamas, y'all. If you can dream it, if you can see it in your mind's eye, you can achieve it. There is a reality, there is a world your mind is exploding. Or if you believe in like alternate timelines and stuff like that, which is I guess more of a sci-fi-esque beliefs, whatever fits your fancy, But there is a reality in which your dreams do exist, y'all. If you can dream it, you just brought it into reality. You have to speak it now. You have to pray. You have to pray that the Lord bless you with the faculties to be able to achieve such a feat. Of course, depending on what you're trying to accomplish, but I feel like anything you're trying to accomplish, if you have children, no matter the age, because teenagers require a lot as well. Like, what if they do a bunch of like sports, activities, traveling? That requires time and focus. Your kids require attention no matter what the age. It's not like they're out the nest. It's not like they're adults. So, it might not be like dealing with a fussy baby, but now you have to deal with the drama, the emotional side of everything that a teenager or preteen might go through. And of course, there's extra guidance and making sure that they're able to accomplish their own dreams and to be able to have the abilities and the capacity to be able to actually go forward and sustain the habits that are necessary to accomplish those things. So I think it's even more important for us as mothers to strive to achieve what we want to achieve while they're young, so that we can be the example to the kids when they're older and they actually remember stuff. Of course, your little baby isn't going to remember you having to stay up all night feeding them, and having to put them on the bobby when you're typing up your paper for your assignment in class or trying to do your work from home. You're trying to talk to a customer while trying to bounce a baby on a bouncing ball or something, or having to stand up and cook with the baby strapped to you, or one baby on the hip and stuff, and a toddler crying at your feet. Like, of course, you're not going to remember that. But if you strive for higher and higher, you'll be able to have things to tell them, experience to show them that, hey, yeah, this stuff is possible. And that's what I'm trying to do, If anything, motivation might not be an immediate thing where I'm like super duper, like, I'm just gonna be honest, I'm not like, I love my dreams, I love what I want to do, but like I said, when you're dealing with kids all day, it's hard to maintain that motivation because you're exhausted. But I know what it felt like when I wasn't exhausted, or the periods of time when I'm not truly exhausted. And that's what keeps me going. Of course, also just wanting to show my kids and my daughter and stuff, my son as well, that yeah, you don't have to give up. You might have to reframe or alter, edit to fit the lifestyle that you want. Let me throw this in here. So I don't know how much more I'm really gonna film. I think I'm just gonna film myself making this pound cake. When it comes to actually, I just dropped the knife in here. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm gonna try to film myself making the cake, at least putting it in the oven. But I need to start getting ready, honestly, because I had a busy day. I need to do a lot of things today, like every day. So let's check on the lima beans. Well, let's stir this first. I like to do the celery and the carrots. You can kind of put the carrots in and it'll soften, but the celery, I don't like undercooked celery. Undercooked celery, like non-sauteed celery, tastes really, really earthy and planty, and it doesn't really absorb the nutrients, so you have to let it sit. So I like to put it in like first, and then see. And don't worry about these countertops. These countertops are stained. There's nothing you can do to change the way that they look. Okay, the lima beans. You can wipe it down as much as you want. It's the way that they painted it. They painted it like trash. Honestly. Now I'm not this absolute pro at baking. But I can bake I do want to bake better. But they were saying you need to cook this with like a non-stick. So they said like coat this. I don't have no other way to really coat this with the oil other than what I'm doing here. Do y'all even see what I'm doing? I'm just like using this napkin and putting it around the edges and stuff, and then I'm going to throw it. Hold on. He cannot take it. Oh no. Oh Lord. I think I'm gonna do like half. Cause I didn't put that much butter. Hold on. I didn't put that much butter in it. I didn't want to. I need a fork. Where's a fork? I do have a batter thing. Anyone else start to straight up forget how to talk? Like I even forgot what this thing is called. A whisk? And they didn't say how thick it's supposed to be, but I'm guessing it's supposed to be the thickness of like pudding. Huh? Right? And then we're going to use an avocado. We're going to use avocado as the end. Oh my God. Hold on. Lord. Why? Y'all see this avocado? Why? Oh God. All right, change of plans. So we are using yogurt. Because what in the world was that avocado? Oh my God. I'm going to do like, is this like enough for egg? It's also probably would taste really good. I'm going to do like, what was that, like 3? I think that's good. Yummy. I had to give you a spoon with this. And then you're supposed to add water. I say 3/4 cups of water. Let me see. I like to look at consistency. If I had all your little measuring tools, I do like to actually follow directions. Because I know that's like a stereotype some men have for women. And women don't ever follow directions when they're cooking. They just put stuff together. But, yeah, I need more water. Hear me out. I think this is going to turn out fine. I'm not looking for a perfect pound. Honestly, I really wanted some chocolate icing, but I could not find. Oh my God, I added so much almonds. Not almonds, pecans. I should have I don't know. But me and my dad, we used to bake together. So I've baked before. He would have one of those electronic mixer things, electronic whisk. Hold on, man. Instead of by hand whisk, but you want it to be kind of like a pudding. Then you're pretty much good from there. Stop. All right, so we're just gonna pour this one in and then stick it in the oven. This looks good. Yeah. One might be like, why are you putting avocado in there? Because that's a good egg substitute. Or a type of flavor, supposedly. But you can use yogurt as well as an egg substitute. Some people use banana. I don't like using banana. I don't know, banana doesn't do what I need it to do. But to me, this batter is giving the appearance of like it's gonna be alright. What y'all think? Y'all think it's gonna be alright? because this cake has to be done. How long is it gonna take? Okay, it says it's gonna be in here for like 30 minutes. Whoa, I forgot. I just got this off the oven. I'm crazy. Watch out, y'all.
Yeah.
They're like a crazy person grabbing it. I don't know, my husband.
I want to taste too. Mama, too. Ever.
I grabbed this thing before. They know it was hot. I'm gonna burn our hands off. Alright.
Taste, Mama. Missy.
I don't know if y'all can see me. But, hold on, y'all. I will be back when everything is cooked and I'm gonna show the final result. I'm just gonna go ahead and do everything else I gotta do, get ready, clean up the house, and then decorate. Here's the progress on the noodles, and here is the progress on the beans, lima beans. Here is the progress on the cake. The cake is supposed to be done. It's supposed to be
yummy
done.
Cake.
Let me see. Oh God, where should we put this? Here. It definitely feels like a cake.
Let me taste, Mama.
But it's all gummy.
Taste too.
I wish I had like a stainless steel, because it would bake it a little bit more evenly.
Let me taste again.
It's like soft. It gets soft in the middle, while the outer rims get harder when you use glass. So I'm gonna put it in there for a little bit longer. Alright, so I'm going to showcase some of the food. So this is the pizza. This is the stir fry noodles. This is the other pizza. Some nachos, leftover nachos. This is the vegan ground beef. Y'all see? I know my oven is not clean. I'm doing my best, y'all. This is the cake. And put the icing on top. So that's the cake. And behind there is the dirty rice, which I forgot to put the sausage and stuff in there. But we're just gonna eat it like it's regular rice. Anyway, it don't matter. This is the vegan cheese. The vegan cheese. And that is the sweet potato. Can y'all see? Can y'all see the sweet potato? Lord. It's like not focusing. That's the sweet potato. And then I have two pizzas. This is a pizza. The other pizza is more full. So that's her new moon Hanukkah celebration food. A lot of food. I know. That was a lot to cook. I was supposed to juice as well, but I didn't get the chance. Tired. Oh, I try not to say I'm so tired, but I am genuinely tired. I don't know what to do about that.